Hi, this is Dream Reality coming to you from A1R Psychic Radio and Moonstruck TV. My site is listed at the bottom of the screen, MaryAmyOfficial.com. I am an intuitive wisdom coach. As an empath intuitive, I'm able to connect to your inner spirit, which allows me to use my extrasensory abilities, seeing, hearing, feeling information about you. So on today's show, we are going to have a topic. I have a Facebook message that I received from a listener viewer, and she wanted me to answer that. And then we also are going to have two callers. How lucky I am to be alive, and I breathe that in, and I try on most days to live in the moment and to enjoy life, because life is short. I started out and I read this book by Deepak Chopra, and it's called The 7 Spiritual Laws of Success, which was some guidelines on connecting to your spirit. And you know what? All of us come to enlightenment in different ways, in different times. Some of us are ready before others. But, you know, sometimes you get information and you're not really getting all of it. And then one day it just comes to you and it's like, Eureka, epiphany, I figured it out. Well, I read that. And then after that, I read this book, The Celestine Prophecy by James Redfield, which really told me how all of us are connected. And sometimes people come to you with messages and what they mean, but you feel drawn to that person and you feel like they have some meaning, and you don't know why, but you just have this sense, this intuition, this instinct to follow them and listen, and then something becomes uncovered with them. And that's pretty much what this book relays. And he went on, and I highly suggest this, he went on to write books after this, and then a workbook. Okay, so moving on. A Buddhist book, and it's the Four Noble Truths. And if you're going through a really, really tough over, what is this situation? And how is this going to help me in my life? Or is there something that a lesson I need to learn, instead of thinking like, oh, this is horrible, my life is horrible. It's really perspective. So it's about not control. I hate the word control. It's about being aware of your thinking. And I say how powerful thoughts, words, and actions are. And also, of course, this talks about how to be kind. So after I kind of started becoming more knowledgeable about this end of the spectrum, which is psychics and mediums, you know, otherworldly things, became Blue Butterfly. Not my authentic self completely yet. And I wrote this book, The White Light Prophecies. I explained to you the very first prophecy is about white light, and how white light is key in protecting yourself. And white light is pure energy and universal good. And if you call out to white light will protect you. And if you're empathic as I am, white light will clear away darkness. After I got going on the Blue Butterfly, I realized that it was time for me to really, really come to terms with who I am. And so as Mary Amy, I am recognizing that I am an empath intuitive. And I really believe that if you can, to really, it's important why you're here, and you will discover more about yourself if you are open about who you really are and honest about who you are, and just trust that you're on the right journey. So as Mary Amy, I am someone who is a healer. I'm an ordained minister, so I can marry people. I've not done that yet, but I see that in my future. And I work out of an office in Rye, where I live, and I do spiritual readings, and I am an intuitive coach. And what that means is I give suggestions, reflective exercises as suggestions, and help guide you to your connecting to the belief that's in your heart. Which brings me to nature and how important nature is in healing. And there's a few things that you can do to connect to your spirit. One of which is getting a chance to go outside for 15 minutes a day with no electronics and just breathe in the air and alone. Okay, so we already have alerts in Clearwater. Hi,
yes.
Linda.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. Okay, so right away, I'm receiving information. I saw a deer, which is a deer is actually a very good omen. It's good luck. I don't know if it's your power animal. Let's see what else I see. I see pink bows. I don't know what those are. Let's see, Linda. I see a lot of purity and a start, a beginning. Let's see. Do you have a question or direction you would like me to go into?
Well, I just had a health scare, and I am trying to figure out if it is something that I should be concerned about, or if it is something that I know I will overcome.
I don't think that it's your end all. I don't think it's an end all career for you, where you're at. I see that it's some kind of learning experience, but I do not receive that this is a finality for you. Is there something that you need to learn at this job to kind of grow your future? It doesn't seem to me, I'm actually not even getting that it might even be related to your job. There might be another purpose for this job.
Yeah. The job that I have right now is facilitating for me to pursue education on the field that I want to go into. So that was a decision that I made to quit my job and just go back to school, but I needed income in between until I could figure out what my next step would be.
Right.
So that is.
Okay.
Did you see anything in my future as far as relationships or?
Okay, wait, before you even finish saying that, I saw hearts. I saw double hearts. So I do see love in your future. I see you actually in the park with someone. Let's see, because I actually see the foliage behind you. I saw it related to something related to sports. We kind of segued from, I don't know if you do something with this man and you either see tennis with him or you're playing tennis. I don't know. Let's see. What else did I see?
Yeah.
Where am I going? Am I doing love or am I doing back to the career or the health?
I'm sorry, what was the question?
question was, can you hear me? The question was, which direction are we going in right now? I see a big, I see it. Okay, so you actually are, animals love you. Just saw a big dog kissing you in the face.
Yeah.
And let's see what else I'm getting from you. Okay, well, it was so great to talk to you, Linda. And you can find me on my website, maryamyofficial.com. My suggestion is definitely a specialist related to your stay at the hospital. Okay.
Yeah, that's what I have an appointment on the 3rd. So yeah, thank you so much.
Okay, good. Okay, wishing you well. Take care of yourself. Okay, we're having another caller. Let me just see. I didn't hear who that was coming in. Another caller. Okay, I'm about to have a caller, Sophia from London.
Hello.
I don't know what time it is there. Hi, Sophia. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. How are you?
Good. Okay, I got an instant rush of right away. I saw some kind of purple. I saw purple. I don't know if it's a pillow or it was kind of maybe the top of a couch or a blanket, and or maybe represents lavender, the flower lavender. And let's see. You're in London?
Yes, I am.
Hello? Yes, you are.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yes, now I can hear you very well. So I am receiving information. So I'm getting my that you are someone who is a very kind of I want to say grounded, that you are stubborn kind of person that is very direct, very when you speak. I'm not saying that you're publicly. I'm saying when you have an opportunity to speak up, you're very direct with how you think and feel, but you're not necessarily sharing private information. You have a very strong sense of being grounded. You are not you're like one of my favorite things on the planet. You're like a tree, and you actually are even more so where you're very kind of solid person, very energetically solid. A lot doesn't break through to you. If you kind of have any kind of feelings that are emotional, you only share with a few people quietly, like away from everyone, or not at all. Do you have a question or a direction you would like me to go into?
Anything about love, please? Love and romance. Thank you.
Okay. Love and romance. Let's see. Okay, so I see that I'm sensing that you are interested. I don't know if you have committed to it enough. I could see that it's possible to dabble in it. In other words, you are capable of having a relationship, but if you want to manifest that, then you're going to have to, and then it will happen for you. And maybe it's just that you haven't been ready, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's more or less you have to decide, because you're very, very set in a certain way. with your mannerisms, the way you think, the way you handle your life, and manifest this, you have to really tell you. So I'm not saying that you go out there and you tell everyone. I'm just saying you'd like to manifest this, write down on a piece of paper, and then put it in your drawer. Share it with no one, whatever it is your dream and hope is. And if it's a relationship and you're really thinking, like visualize, what would it be like to make sure that it brings joy to your heart and it's something that you want. And if you feel joy around thinking of it, like a match, and in a relationship, you don't have to imagine the person's face. You can just imagine, maybe if you're interested in someone holding your hand, imagine having your hand held, a hug, doing things. And if you feel really good about that, then you're ready to have a relationship. And you can say out loud, I would like a relationship. Now, that's the first step, is to write it down. Second step is to visualize, which is what I just told you. And then the third step is to actually talk about it like it's already happening. I know that sounds a little fishy or a little cray-cray, or I don't know. It's what I do. So what you would do is you would say something like, you would describe it. In my relationship, he is, or she is, he is, and whatever qualities that you want to have in that person, you're going to say out loud. And you might say something about how it makes you feel. I feel really good having a love interest. Again, you don't share this with anyone. So those 3 steps: 1, write it down; 2, visualize it, close your eyes, imagine. Like you already have it. So the universe will bring it to you. So you definitely are possible in having one, because when we started the conversation, I saw a big red heart. So I know you have love to give.
Okay.
Okay?
Yes, thank you very much.
Sure. And it was a pleasure talking to you. Wonderful afternoon or evening. I don't know what time it is there.
You too. Okay. Thank you very much.
All right. Bye-bye.
Thank you very much. Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Okay. So this week I received on Facebook a message, and it was from a woman, and I'll just say her name is Kim, and she asked me to do a read on her. And she said, would love some insight, please. Thank you. Okay, let's see what I get from Kim. I'm immediately getting that, Kim, that you at times are feeling very alone. And I know that it's possible for you to reach out more to the world, to make more of an effort to empower yourself, I want to say. And don't do it too quickly. Take your time. And I sense that you need to be careful with who you trust in your life, because you have had some situations where people do not appreciate you, and you should be more protective of yourself. Set up personal boundaries. I say our personal boundaries are, no one's allowed in this space right here unless I give permission. So if I can, in my mind, know that this is my personal space, I don't have to go around going like this, but I can unconsciously and consciously be thinking this. And then it's interesting, people won't step in here. And it's a good thing to do, Kim, without pushing people away. So if you imagine this imaginary line, which is actually your energy field. It's very important that we only let good into this energy field and don't let anyone into it that's going to hurt us. So it was, thank you, Kim, and I hope that that was helpful to you. I would like to go back to mentioning a few things before we go, because time is almost up, and I hope that you tune in next week, because I have a wonderful guest who's actually a spiritual coach coming to us from Arizona. His name is Michael. I will be posting information about him, and you'll see him. He will Skype in, and I will be talking to him actually for the first time. We've messaged, but I haven't spoken to him, so it'll be a joy for me as well. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope that we can find the beautiful glowing light that's in your heart, and that today you will make a beautiful day. And again, I want to say that if you read any one of these books, I believe that you will be able to connect to your spirit, and you will feel peace and calmness in your heart. Thank you, A1R and Moonstruck TV. You can reach me on my site, MaryAmyOfficial.com. I'm also on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Please message me with any questions, or if you would like, call in during the show, and we can connect. I give in-person sessions in New York, in Rye, New York. Thank you so much.